friends, and welcome to my channel. My name is Haley and I am a Christian Charlotte Mason homeschooling mother of 3. And this year we are using Ambleside Online. And in order to plan out all of our weekly lessons, I created a free printable Charlotte Mason mother teacher homeschool planner that works specifically with the Ambleside Online term schedules. And this planner will work for years 1, years 2, or 3. And you can find the PDF printable for free on my website. You don't even need to put in your email address in order to get it. You can just go to the link in the description to my blog, click on the download button, and it will pop right up in another window. No email required. I did print this and have this spiral bound at my local UPS store, which did cost me $11. But to have a custom planner that worked just perfectly with the Ambleside Online schedule, it was completely worth it. And you don't even need to spiral bound it. If you just want to print it off and put it in a binder, you can do that, or whatever works for you and your family. So I'm going to take y'all along with me to plan 1 week's worth of Ambleside Online lessons and show you the layout of this planner, and then just show you how we plan our week with Ambleside Online. So let's get to it. So we are going to dive right in and grab everything that we need in order to plan our week with Ambleside Online. And so first up, we of course need our planner. We need the Ambleside Online Year 1, Term 1 schedule for all of our subject readings and daily and weekly work. I have my weekly schedule, which is kind of like a timetable with no times on it to know what subjects I want to get to each day. And then, of course, the books that we need for this specific week that we're planning. And of course, we also have a pen. And then we're going to dive right in and look at the layout of this Ambleside Online Mother Teacher Homeschool Planner so that you can see how I organized it in order to work with that online schedule that Ambleside Online gives you if you're using them. We're first going to take a look inside of this planner. So this planner only has a cover page, and then a page where you can put the academic year and the name of your child. I'm just covering up my child's name here for privacy. And then it has weekly spreads. It has 36 weekly spreads for the 3 terms and the 36 weeks, and you'll see that in the planner, but that's all. This planner does not have any monthly spreads, any extra tracking, nothing. It is a simple, minimal planner that you can use for Ambleside Online. So this is kind of what our first week looks like. So this is what it's like when the whole planner is completely filled up, but we're actually gonna go ahead and plan for term 1, week 4. And this is what a blank layout of this planner looks like. So I'm gonna break this down and show you how I created this to work with this Ambleside Online term schedule that you can print off for free on their website based off of what year your child is in. My child is a year 1 and we are currently in term 1, and we're going to be planning for week 4. So if you print out this Ambleside Online planner, you'll notice on the back that there is a section for daily work and weekly work. The section for daily work is math, handwriting, copy work, phonics reading, foreign language, physical activity, and recitation. I just took this daily work and plugged it in, copy and pasted at the very top of the 5 days of the week, Monday through Friday. You'll see daily work here, and you can find daily work here on the Ambleside Online schedule. And next you will find weekly work on the Ambleside Online schedule. So I have 2 places for weekly work on the planner. The first is over here, a weekly work checklist, but you also have a spot on each day of the planner here in weekly work to fill in when you want to do these subjects. The next 4 sections of the planner coincide with the 4 subjects that have all of the daily readings in Ambleside Online's reading schedule. So you have Bible right here. You have history and tales here, natural history here, and then literature and tales here. And for poetry, since we're reading one poem a day, I went ahead and added that to the daily work already for you so that you do not have to worry about doing that. I also have a spot for Saturday and Sunday, just in case you have a field trip planned or you just want to see what your family has going on for the weekend so you know what's coming up. And then a notes section, and you can use this really for whatever you need. For me, I put whatever habit our family is currently working on. So right now we're working on learning how to tidy up after ourselves. So I will make that note here. And then I've also been asking my daughter what her favorite story was from the week. So once the week is up, I will read her all of the titles of the stories we read. She'll tell me what her favorite was, and I will write it here in the notes section just for fun, just so I can see what she's loving the most in our homeschool. But if you do anything extra, there is some blank space left here in the daily work section, and you can also plug that into weekly work. Or if you just happen to have other resources that work for these subjects, you can plug them in here as well. But I really wanted this planner to work exactly for this. Ambleside Online offers this for free. I wanted something that would work for me and for other Ambleside online families that worked for this schedule. So we're just going to dive right into planning our week. And so what I'm going to use for that is our family's weekly schedule. This is our untimed timetable. So basically what subjects we're getting to every school day of the week. So you'll notice I have our daily work, which just comes from the Ambleside Online daily work. Whatever weekly work we plan on doing, which is just plugged in subjects from the Ambleside Online weekly work. And then daily readings. And I broke that into subjects and spread them across the week so that we can make sure we can fit in all of these different subjects. So we are going to dive right in, and the first thing I am going to do is write in daily work that isn't already here. So this is something that Ambleside Online doesn't suggest, but my daughter does, and that is piano. So I am just going to write in piano for every day of the week. Okay, so now we're going to start on Monday, and we're going to see what we need to do for Monday. All of the daily work's already plugged in, so I don't have to do that. Our weekly work is artist study and hymn. Now, if you want to write the name of the song that you're going to be working on, you can do that here. Or if you're going to write down what specific art piece you're going to be studying, you can also write that down here if you want to get just a little bit more descriptive. Okay, and now we're moving on to what we actually need for Ambleside Online's schedule. And this is for our daily readings and subjects section. So for subjects on Monday, we're going to be doing Bible, Old Testament. So I'm going to, since this is week 4, I'm going to go to week 4, Bible, Old Testament, which is Genesis 4, 1 through 26. And I'm just going to write that in for Bible. And then we're also going to be doing natural history. So I'm going to find natural history, go to week 4, Old Orchard Bully from Burgess Bird. So I'm going to write down the name of the book so I know which natural history book to grab. And I'm also going to write down the title of the story. We're also doing literature and tales on Monday, so I'm going to go to literature and tales, and the first one I find is Aesop, Kid, and Wolf. Okay, now we're gonna move on to Tuesday. My daily work is already plugged in here, so I don't have to worry about that. And for weekly work, we are doing geography, folk song, and handcrafts. We're also going to be doing Bible on Tuesday, and we're going to be doing the New Testament. So I'm going to go to week 4, Bible, New Testament, which is Luke chapter 1, verses 57 through 80. Next on Tuesday, we are doing history. So I'm going to go to week 4 and find the first history story, which is Alexander and Bucephalus. That's all for Tuesday. So we're going to move on to Wednesday. Daily work's already plugged in, so we're going to look at our weekly work, which is composer study and hymn. On Wednesday, we also have Bible, and that's Old Testament, but it looks like we've already got all of the Bible scheduled, so I'm going to plug in my own thing for Bible. And for us, if we don't have a Bible reading, we just rotate between Psalms and Proverbs, and we'll either read one Psalm or one chapter of Proverbs. So I'm just going to put Psalm here, and we'll move on to whatever Psalm we have. Then we have natural history. And the next story we have for week 4 is from James Harriet's Treasury, and that is Moses Kitten. We also have literature again scheduled for Wednesday, so I'm going to go to literature. Week 4, we already have Kid and Wolf down, so now we're going to put Town and Country Mouse for Aesop. And that is all we have for Wednesday. So now we're going to move over to Thursday's schedule. We've already got all of our daily work down, so now we're going to plug in our weekly work, which for Thursday is art, or drawing, and then folk song. Our daily work for Thursday is New Testament, and on week 4, we already have our only New Testament Bible study plugged in. So since we did a Psalm on Wednesday, we will do Proverbs on Thursday, just one chapter of Proverbs. And so the next subject that we have for daily readings is history. So again, I'm going to go to week 4 to history. And the next story we have down is Diogenes. Hoping I'm saying that correctly. And that is all we have for Thursday. So now we're moving on to Friday. All of our daily work is already plugged in. And we're going to add our weekly work, which is nature study. We also have timeline and map. And then our only daily reading is literature. So I'm going to go to week 4, down to literature. And we have already scheduled everything out for literature, so I don't need to put anything here. This is what I've noticed about Ambleside Online is you can kind of wrap up your work mostly by Thursday. So when it comes to Friday, or honestly even Thursday, you've got some extra room here if you miss something and you need to plug it back in, where you can do so. Now we don't have anything planned for this Saturday or Sunday yet, so I'm going to leave that blank. And then in our notes, I'm gonna go ahead and write what habit we are working on, which is tidying up. And that is how I plan 1 week of our Ambleside online lessons using this free planner. Again, you can find this on my blog. I will leave a link in the description below. You don't even need to type your email in. You can just click on the download button and it will pop up for you in a different window. And again, I printed this off at my local UPS store and had it spiral bound, but you can print this off and put it in a binder. This cost me about $11 to do that at UPS, but you can use wherever you like. And that's how we use it. Thank y'all so much for watching and planning with me. If you are a fellow Ambleside Online Charlotte Mason homeschool mama, please let me know in the descriptions below and let me know how you all plan your weeks. And Lord willing, I will see y'all next time. Happy homeschooling, friends.